Welcome to the AirAsia ABL playoffs. It's game to game, and we've got all the action with breathtaking blocks, charged up fouls, aggressive action, and rim-rocking alley-oop slams right here on AirAsia ABL Game to Game. This week inside Game to Game, the Slammers take Game 1 over the Singapore Slingers. And the Patriots sweep the Dragons to go to the finals. Our first game of the AirAsia ABL 2011 playoffs brings us to the Thai-Japanese Gymnasium in Bangkok, where the first place Chang Thailand Slammers take on the fourth place Singapore Slingers in the first game of a best-of-3 semifinal series.
Coach, last season Slammers did not make it into the playoff, and yet this season you are the #1 team. What was the biggest accomplishment for that achievement?
Well, it's the commitment of the new owners that developed this into a great team. So we really admire the concept of the new beginning, as what we were saying before. It's a family tradition in Thailand right now.
Well, we are certainly underdog. We have played Thailand before. We lost 2 games and we won 1. We are always a team that can surprise everyone, and with the right mindset, hopefully we will surprise them tonight here in Thailand too.
The Slingers jump out to an early lead when Al Vergara strikes on an open jumper. Vergara takes the pass from Skinner, and it's off the mark from downtown, but Matialakan Pathman is there to put it back for a 5-0 lead. Marcus Skinner drives to the hoop, getting contact and the bucket. Skinner would complete the and 1, and the lead is 9. A streaking Froylan finds Jason Dixon for his first of many to come. Chris Quete, finding his form, drops the jump shot, and the Slingers' lead is 3. Slingers look sloppy on the following play as Leo Avenido takes an extra step and gets called for the walk. Then it's Al Vergara driving to the rim and bowling over Quete. On the replay, that was definitely an offensive foul. The Slammers cut into the lead again when Bagian Froylan feeds Dixon for another easy inside bucket. Then it's Chris Quete to Lert Malaiporn off the glass for 2 of his 12 on the game. Dixon blocks Avenido, but on the rebound, Avenido manages to hit it from the hip. Avenido would put it up again, this time from downtown, and he was just heating up. Biapong Piroom would flex his skills from beyond the arc as the Slammers caught fire to end the first quarter. Spot up baseline 3 by Quete on a set play. Kyle Jeffers had a tough night from the field, scoring 2 of his 8 points. Jason Lamar Dixon with a spin off Jeffers, getting it to drop, and then it's Froylan going coast to coast for the layup, and the first quarter closes 21-17, Slammers on top. Skinner gets the off-balance jumper to drop as the Slingers start the second frame running. Vergara with a nice behind the back, hands off to Stephen Koo, who sinks it. The speed of Froylan gave him the bucket and the foul, but it was Vergara to Jeffers for 2, putting the Slingers up by 7. Piroom with a nice aggressive drive to the rim, and the Slammers were on a run. Chris Quete coasting in for 2, ties the game up. He leads the way, finishing with 21 points, 7 rebounds. Jeffers scores again with a strong move to the hoop. Dixon would break the tie just before the half, putting the Slammers up by 2, 32-30. Let's take it courtside with Michael Johnson.
What will the Slingers have to do in the second half to take over the game?
We played well in the first half, but we made too many errors, crucial turnovers, and some of the calls, I don't know, we're struggling to figure out how they're calling the game. So we'll have to adjust, stop giving up soft fouls, and try not to turn the ball over, then we should be okay.
As title sponsors of the ABL, AirAsia is sponsoring flights as prizes during the AirAsia Free Throw for Free Seats game during halftime at the playoffs and finals of ABL Season 2. Congrats to this week's winner. Second half, and it's Dixon going to work, backing off Jeffers for the deuce. Vergara gets a baseline J to fall, but the Slammers in control as Baguian Froyland drains it from downtown. The speed of Froyland breaking down the D as Sila Papipat hits for two. Then a freak play as Froyland slips near the sideline, falling out of bounds in pain. The Slingers would take advantage when Skinner works inside for the bucket. Lurt Malaiporn would strike again, hitting the open jumper, making it a 9-point lead. Avenito with the hot hand gets the ball back and sinks his shot. Then with just over 3 minutes to play in the third, the ball would bounce around before landing in the hands of Quete, who puts it up for a pair. Avenito over to a wide open coup. He had 7 on the game. It's the Slingers again as Avenito sneaks through the defense for the score, and it's a 5-point game, closing the quarter 50-45, Slammers in the lead. On a run in the third, it's Stephen Koo hitting from the same spot for a pair. And on the next play, the Slingers tie it up when Vergara would drain one from beyond the arc. The Slingers would hold their own and take the lead when Avenito hit from downtown. Then it's Vergara spotting up in front of the three-point line to sink it. Quete playing tough, got the bucket and the foul. Skinner showed some toughness, getting the offensive board and fighting off 4 Slammers for the bucket. Pirun in the corner, draining it as both teams went back and forth, struggling for control. Skinner bumping inside, gets it to drop. He had 20 on the game. Froyland was feeling better, streaking in for the score. Dixon would work it in off the glass with under 2 minutes to play as the Slammers went up by 4. Skinner with the spin move over to Vergara, who drains it, tying up the game and sending it into overtime. Slammers would dominate the extra frame as Quete gets it to fall. Playing strong all night, Skinner would get the bucket and the foul, keeping it close. Piapong Pirun would force the Slingers to call timeout by draining a big 3. Then Skinner would get fouled with a chance to tie it up. Though Skinner shot 55% from the line, he hit both free throws with under a minute to play. But it was Lurt Malaiporn coming through with a huge 3. Then another local stepped it up a notch as it was Pirun again sinking the 3 and the hopes of the Slingers as they could not convert. And it's the Slammers star Chris Quete putting the ice on the cake as the Chang Thailand Slammers defeat the Singapore Slingers 81-76, putting them 1 game closer to the finals. Let's go courtside with the player of the game, Chris Quete.
What was the motivation behind your great performance tonight?
My first motivation was the public. All my friends are there. You know, everybody's there supporting us. So that's the first motivation. The second motivation is that this is the second time that I played the playoff. I never won any game in the playoff. So I wanted to win, yeah, and then I want to make it to the finals. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations and good luck on the second game. Slammers played really well aggressively too. How was it for you sitting on the bench, looking at your players playing like that?
Well, it's like a pressure cooker. I'm boiling like 40 degrees up. I don't know, but then I have to like remain on my composure. So I told the boys like let's play it the way we play it every time. So we are family. It's like union of hearts.